Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. What federal government should do with Nnamdi Kanu? Falana speaks. What federal government should do with Nnamdi Kanu? Falana speaks. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana's son has advised the government to sit down with the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and negotiate with him rather than carry on with his trial. Falana made his assertion while responding to a question from the audience at the 14th edition of Fela Debate, which was held on Monday, 10 October at NECA House in Ikeja, Lagos. The theme of the interactive session was Election 2023, Action Time. The event was moderated by Ace broadcaster Edmond Obilo. The Fela Debate, which was well attended, was organized as part of activities lined up to mark this year's celebration, an annual week-long festival organized to celebrate the life and works of the legendary Afrobeat king Fela Anikulapo Kuti. The theme of this year's celebration is Fear Not Man. The highly respected lawyer said the government should opt for negotiation with the detained IPOB leader because the trial cannot be concluded. He also said the government is not competent to try him, citing the case involving the publisher of Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, whom the government arrested and charged with treasonable felony in 2019, until now has not been concluded because the government kept adjourning the case. The trial cannot be concluded. The government cannot try him, Nnamdi Kanu. I know the government is not competent to try him. Sowore was charged with treasonable felony in 2019. After we took the first witness, the government couldn't go on. So the government has been adjourning the case, and that is the problem with politically motivated cases. What the government should do is to sit down with all aggrieved people in the country and negotiate. If you are negotiating with terrorists, why can you not sit down with Nnamdi Kanu and others? If Nigerians want to build a country, it must be on a platform of justice and fair play. Everyone must be treated equally, he maintained. Falana went further to say Nigerians got it wrong when they thought about the developmental challenges the country is facing is premised on ethnicity. According to him, those who loot the country did not belong to a certain ethnic group, as the cut across the various ethnic groups in the countryland were united by a common inclination to loot. According to him, those who loot the country's treasury belonged to a certain class whose common denominator was to corruptly enrich themselves at the expense of the masses. I think we are all getting it wrong. This business of Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo, Please, let's learn from Fela. Fela wasn't bothered by all these irredentist demands. Fela's own was on a class basis. When he was speaking about authority stealing, warning all of us in the 70s that a group of people have devised their language for looting. And for those of us who were lawyers, we were like, what is this guy talking about? Fela said a common man has stolen something at the bus stop, and out of confusion, the ordinary people too would shout ole ole and put a towel on his neck and burn him. We are still going on with that kind of mob justice in Nigeria today. But according to Fela, turn your side to the other side, criminals will steal billions with a pen. Fela said, pen get power, gun no get. Pen get power, gun no get. And Fela was not talking of Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. He said all these crimes in alliance with imperialism, ITT, all of them were working hand in hand to pauperize the African people, he said. Other speakers at this year's Fela debate included Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, Director of Publicity and Advocacy of the Northern Elders Forum, NEF, Bishop Azan Kuka, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Ms. Kadiri Ahmed, journalist and media entrepreneur, and Professor Kingsley Mogalu, former Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria and former presidential candidate. In his speech, Baba Ahmed bemoaned the tendency of Nigerians to concentrate on the presidential candidate, on who among them would win the 2023 presidential election, rather than focus on the survival of the country and its future. Baba Ahmed buttressed his point by asking a young boy he called from the audience to stand with him on stage, referring to the young lad as the future of the country. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your views